Yeah, I couldn't even see comments last night.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I mean it's working now though, so we're good. We're good.
Well, at least this is working out.
Yeah, what's going on, man? Talk to me.
Man, I don't know. Man, I, I keep striking out on. I guess. Do, to what extent do you believe when people say they're not ready for relationships, especially in the sense of like in the beginning, where they seem to be very ready, very intentional, and I guess at the end they reach their limit or whatever, or is that like just being let down easily? Like I don't know.
No, I mean sometimes it's being let down easily. It just depends on the context, right? I don't think that was your situation though, per like the explanations that you gave, the way that you described the connection. But it could be sometimes people do just come to that conclusion, right? It could be like if there's a lot going on in their lives. Sometimes people lie about there being a lot going on in their lives as like an easy out. But in your situation, she was actually describing like a real constraint that was probably an added stressor.
Are you mentioning the potential moving thing?
Like the job thing, right?
Yeah, the thing about that was like that's like up in the air, and it's like we had conversation like a few weeks ago. We went to this bar, and we both had like a little bit too much to drink, but her more than me.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was dancing and just letting go, and it was just really nice for her. While I was like more so like the cognizant one, just I was being the man. I was being like the protector, the observer, just watching her do her thing,
Yeah.
participating obviously. But at the end, we got outside, and then like I guess the liquor started to get to her. She's like, it's been a while since I've been able to just be myself and let go, and it's just I've been so used to like taking care of everybody else, and it's just weird to be able to like for once just like have someone take care of me, and then blah blah blah. And then I was like, I don't understand. Like this is fine. Just relax, do your thing. Like I got you. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is we're building something. This is good. And then she was like, why are you like this? Why are you so nice? And
Ooh.
I don't. I don't know. I think she said she's just used to the chaos and shit like
Yes.
that. And I
Yes.
guess
Okay. You're right. You're right. I didn't get that. I didn't get that data before. 100%. Yes.
100% what?
She. I mean, this is sabotage.
Yeah.
She
And
sabotaged.
we had multiple conversations. Like the thing I liked about her so much was we were so open and honest emotionally with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could tell her anything and she could tell me anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like a few weeks ago, I was like, yo, this is scary. This shit is scary.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm leaning into it. I'm like trying to learn from my past, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling a little dysregulated. I'm getting activated, but it's all part of the process. It's like a muscle. You gotta work it. And then she would say similar things, and then like the next day after that night out, she was like, I appreciate you bearing with me last night. Because I know, like, I'm trying to have my body catch up with, like, my mind and my nervous system. So I appreciate your patience and just bearing with me while I work through myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's cool. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm supposed to do,
Yeah.
as your potential partner. And I don't know.
It's disorienting. I'm sorry it happened to you, bro. I know you're going through it right now because it's like you kind of let your guard down and open yourself up to a potential connecting connection. It happens to the best of us. It's a very disorienting experience, and you'll put yourself in this place where as more of this stuff becomes mainstream, you're going to experience a lot of people who have the language to describe like connections and intimacy and vulnerability, but then they can't embody it, right? You'll be able to use lingo like nervous system and regulation, and they're going to be able to use that lingo, and you're going to take that as a sign that like they're healed and ready, and it's not the sign. It's just it's intellectual bypassing. Being aware of your bullshit is not the same thing as overcoming your bullshit. You're just consciously and intellectually aware of it. It's not the same thing as healing though. You experience this with therapists. Like, I know some therapists who are just all fucked up, but they speak the language of a healed person. They know the right words to say, but it's not embodied. They don't express it in their behavior, right? Their nervous system has not gone through the experience. In this situation, you dealt with a woman who was used to chaos, and you were not moving chaotically. So she probably liked that, but then ultimately her nervous system wasn't used to it, right? And I told y'all, man, what works in the current meta right now, whether she's healed or unhealed, you keep it on the surface, you keep it light until you're seeing her like kind of move, which I know you were kind of doing to a certain degree, but you just can't put that like we're being very intentional framing on it if you're dating women outside of a like religious context. If we're in a religious context, that shit works. It's valued in that context. In the context outside of a religious, I don't care what people tell you. I've done work with clients. I've had my own personal experience. The same person telling you they want people to move intentionally are the same people who will run once it becomes intentional and then go right back to saying how they want something intentional. Happens all the time, and it's so fucking confusing. But it's like they can't handle it. They think they want it intellectually. Consciously they want it, but subconsciously they'll sabotage it because they don't trust it, and they can't metabolize the connection. You cannot outpace them emotionally, or it will scare them off, and they'll just they'll rationalize a reason as to why it's not the right fit.
Yeah, I feel like there was even a thing when we were having that conversation last week. I was just like, I feel like this is just like, I feel like you're doing like the fault finding thing where you're just looking for reasons why, as to not continue as versus to leaning into it. And I was like, is this because her and I have both dealt with avoidance in the past, and it's because we both identify as anxious. And so when she was pointing out some of her feelings, I was like, you're giving off a little, avoidance. Like there's some little things you're saying here and there. It's like, your nervous system is getting overwhelmed, blah, 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 this and blah, 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 that. And I was like, it feels like is this like a form of self-sabotage? He said, I don't think it is. I think it's just my, my nervous system trying to make sense of everything. And then I guess now it seems that seems to be the case.
Yeah. It's like, who never runs into this issue? Men who are avoidant and men who are emotionally unavailable. Never happens. You hear women call into this live all the time. Why? Because they never put that pressure on the dynamic for it to be something. Then the woman ends up wanting it to be something. And unfortunately, she's with a man who can't give that to her. And that's why I came up with the strategy to keep it light at the beginning. Keep it light until she doesn't want it to be light anymore. Because then you pretty much mimic that dynamic. The same dynamic that women consistently call into this live for. We've been dating for a while, but he won't make it official. Because now she wants it to be official. But she has to want it first. Like really want it. Not just like say I want it, but like really get to that place where it's like she wants it. To where like you're reading her behavior and you can see the behavioral clues. And also she could potentially be fearful of, there's like two things that's happening simultaneously. One, a lot of anxious people who describe themselves as anxious are really fearful avoidant. They just haven't experienced their avoidant side. So maybe they're fearful avoidant and they dated an avoidant person, and the experience of dating that avoidant person just put them in their anxious side. So because that's the only relational experience they've had, they now think they're anxious. When in reality, they're really fearful avoidant. But then on top of that, a lot of people are becoming more fearful avoidant as a adaptive strategy. In other words, they're not real fearful avoidant. but they've learned to adapt to the current dating market in a fearful, avoidant way. Meaning, they'll want connection, but then the moment it comes, they don't trust it and they'll run.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking initially. Like that's what I was when I was getting my like the grips of like what was being said that night and all that. I was like, oh, it's giving off that element. Like you want it, but like once you get it, you can't hold on to it.
Yeah, because that's what was next for y'all. What was next for y'all was the connection being real, because she was going through the job situation, may require her to move, and then it's like, well, if I move, will you move? And you're like, yeah, more than likely. Okay, but like if you move, that means this is real. We're not just hanging out anymore. Like if I move and you follow, this is a real thing. She couldn't handle it. She wasn't ready for it.
When you say that thing about like wanting it to be like more like you said, try to keep it low and not wanting like I guess you're just saying to like not be attached to the outcome of things.
That's part of it, but also not having like over indexing on those type of conversations. Because even the examples you've given, you've said verbally on multiple occasions like that this is something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, your potential partner, right? So you're putting that weight on it when you could just be on a date. You could just be on a date, enjoying her company, right? You don't have to put that extra weight on it. That's not even something that's needed to be said. Even in the context of you looking out for her, you're like, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you is the same thing as like, I'm here for you, but you're like, yeah, I got you as your potential partner. This is my role. You said you made it heavier.
Mm-hmm. But what if she does similar things?
I would just let her do it. I get what you're saying. That's the confusing part because normally, per the strategy that I implied, it's like you see the signs from them, and then that lets you know to keep it to progress it.
Right. Like I was kind of just matching the vibe. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like that anyways. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
But like she we were talking about something and then she made like AI generated versions of our kids. Like she did that kind of shit. And she was saying she wants a life partner.
Yeah.
And like, oh, you're gonna have to meet my family, and when you meet my family, they're like this. This one is like this, blah 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 blah. So we're gonna have to do it slow, and
Yeah.
like there's a lot of future
Yeah.
indications in it as well, not just like on my end, but like on her end too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's even if you do employ that strategy, it doesn't mean that the relationship will work. Right? Doing what I tell you just gives you your best odds. But it still can fall apart if somebody can't handle the connection.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it is timing, man, right? Like if she had met you before her previous ex, you'd probably be in a relationship with her. But then maybe going through that experience put her in a situation where like now she's more reluctant to get into something real. It's annoying on both sides, the man and the woman side. It's very annoying to be dealing with someone who is saying like, who's giving you every indication that they want something real, and then the moment it's time to make it happen, they pull out. That shit is. I've personally been through
would
it.
prefer if it was just something with me, because if it's something with me, I can improve that.
Exactly.
I guess I have some form of control over it.
Yeah.
But I actually, it was like our last conversation, and
Yeah.
At that point, I feel like I have nothing to lose. So I'm just like, what is it? Like, what have I done anything? Is there just like an incompatibility thing? What is it like?
Mm-mm.
No, it's not you. It's all me. I was like, I've heard this multiple times. You don't have to fake it with me. Just give me something. She's like, no, this is really, really me.
It is though. It really is. Like even if you apply with the things that I'm saying, like. Again, that gives you your best odds. It makes it so you don't exceed her capacity. But the moment that it becomes real, it probably is going to go the same way. And it's like, I think also the whole job thing amplified the situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remove the job situation from this dynamic. Y'all would still be dating. And then dating you over time would have put you in a situation where she will probably become more attached to you and metabolize the connection more. and then probably would have actually progressed to a relationship. The job situation was an added stressor. It collapsed the timeline. Whereas maybe without the job situation, y'all would be having a more like serious relationship conversation like 4 months from now or 2 months from now, right? But the job situation made it happen right now before she got to the place emotionally to where it's like, I really want this instead of just fantasizing about it.
Yeah.
But I take those type of situations, especially when it's just uncontrollable, as like it just was not supposed to happen.
I guess so.
That's how I would look, because you really cannot control anything. To your own point, like if this was something that like the previous caller, I don't know if you were on live before I ended and had to restart it. In his situation, it was 100% his behavior and activity, right? It's okay. You gotta fucking get this together, right? Your situation is like, yeah, there's things you could have done that would increase the probability a little bit, but ultimately, she was forced to make a decision before she was ready to make a decision. So she chose the path of least resistance.
Do you believe at all in any way, right person, wrong time?
No. My perspective is when you meet people like that, the blessing is they just show you that people like that exist. So it's like, oh, this kind of connection is possible.
Uh, I'm tired of being that.
I get it. It's raw. It's raw. I get it. You might just gotta take a break, man. You
I
might just
think
gotta
so.
take a
I
break.
think it's just break time.
It's break time, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's how you keep yourself like not in a jaded place. I've taken countless breaks over these last 3 years. Countless. Because I've been in this exact situation probably. Think about that. I've been in this situation. Look, everything that I know, I've been in this situation a few times. That's just proof that like you cannot control it. You can just increase probability, but you cannot control. You'll never learn enough to where it's like, oh, the next person I date is just I'm gonna snap my fingers and I'll be in a relationship with it. It just don't. It's just not. You're not always just a good fit. Some people don't have the capacity to be with you.
Mm, damn shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you got a bunch of callers, so I guess
It's all good, man.
I'll let you go.
We here. We here. Feel free to come back, bro. If you want to unpack it a little bit more, but you know, take some time off, reflect, give her space. There'll be other connections, man.
Yeah.
There'll be other connections. I promise you, there will be other. Even with me, like it's very rare for me to like somebody. I was telling a client this the other day. It's very rare for me to like. I've met a lot of women who are cool. Okay, you cool. Like, I can kick it with you, right? I can enjoy you, but I don't like you like that. To where I'm looking forward to seeing you. I meet one woman like that per year. So I only say that to say there's more out there, right? Because every time I meet one, I'm like, oh, it doesn't get better than this. And then I meet another one, it's like, oh, it did actually. Not better, but just like better for me, right? So there's people out there. You'll find other people out there. It's just you have to like process the rawness of this experience first. All right?
And it's only like 2 days old, so
Yeah, it's still raw.
it's still raw.
I get it. You'll be all right, man. We here for you. The whole chat's here for you. It's 748 people here right now. Just giving you
They always come crawling back, huh?
giving you support. Giving you support, man. So you know. Just keep it keep it pushing, man. You'll be all right.
I know. But thanks, man. I appreciate you as always.
All right, so you take care, brother.
All right.
Eva, you say I'm picky? How I'm picky? That ain't the standard. How frequently do you meet people that you really rock with like that? I think like a once per year cadence is on par. On par.
Hello, designer.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm cool. How about you?
Good, good. What can I do for you?
Do you live in US?
I do.
Oh, God bless. Is it morning there?
It's afternoon. Do you have a question? Oh, thanks, Eva. You saw me hovering? I was hovering. I was waiting. The shit got weird so I could end it. Let me see. The Brave. No time for nonsense. The Brave, what's going on?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. What can I do for you, man?
Yeah, I'm the French guy of the other days. I came first to thank you for the advice you gave me that time. And about the girl, she was like, I was about to quit because she was not showing sign of interest. But I pushed a bit and we had sex like last week and something like that.
You called in here and I gave you advice?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
advice?
we talk a bit. My English was very bad that time.
Okay. Okay, so what advice did I give you? Let's jog my memory. What advice did I give you last time you called in?
Uh, the girl was like, how can I say it? She was interested in me. In like when we meet, you'll see like everything is working well, but on the phone or anything, if you come to like to the phone, she doesn't text first. Even I had always to do the first step. This first step. If you don't call, never anything, nothing can happen.
Uh
You
huh.
see, if you don't text her for a week, she'll never text you back,
Mm-hmm.
even for a month or something like that.
Okay.
I was a bit to leave her because I had like mixed signal, like they say in English. If
Mm-hmm.
when you are with her, you see like she's interested and she's doing everything like you want.
Uh huh.
If you invite her, she's coming to your place, go to restaurants. We kissed on public also. We
Okay.
had to kiss in public, do everything like that. And so your advice that time, you
So what advice
to
did I?
continue to do,
What advice did I give you?
you to continue to do what I was doing, like
Okay.
to try, to continue to make like contacts, talk to her. Maybe some girls are like that,
Mm-hmm.
And last week I continued also, and she invited me to her place, and we made out. That was interesting. But the thing now I don't really know about is she's this kind of girl. She doesn't. She's talking about like seriousness. She wants something serious,
Mm-hmm.
but we are living like casual. You see,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Every time she's talking about relationships. She wants. She's telling me, like, for me to head to cross that barrier with her, I had to speak with her a lot, like like in French we say, how you say it in English, to convince her that I was not this kind of, cheater and something like that, because she had an idea of me because I'm from Congo, so she said that every Congolese man is cheater, something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to convince her that I was not like that, and after that everything were sweet, like smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, yeah, we spent the night and things like that.
Gotcha.
So mm, now I wanted to go further, but I saw one of your video also when you talk about some girls who don't, when you speak to them about seriousness and relationships, they can get scared and pull out.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I don't really know what I should do. Should I continue to text her propose her to
Do you
text
want
her
to?
to get in?
Do you want a relationship with her?
Yeah, I really
Okay.
like this girl.
Okay. And didn't you say that she was talking to you about a relationship?
Uh, when she talk about that, she's mentioning like she wants seriousness, something serious and
Okay.
not uh this kind of thing where you have some other girls beside her.
Okay.
She wants full connection, some kind of shit like that. And I understand a bit. I understand her also because she's graduating this year, and she's
Okay.
going to move maybe in summer. So maybe she's not getting too much into it, maybe because of that. I don't really know. So
Okay. Okay. So y'all are aligned then. Yeah. Just keep doing what you're currently doing. Like just keep seeing her. Keep sleeping together if you want. Right. That certainly helps. Right. With bonding. Um. And yeah, when it feels right, go ahead and have the exclusivity talk.
yeah, because I was about also sometime I was about to maybe to confess something to her like I really appreciate times we spent together, and I know you have a situation where you cannot fully get invested in a relationship, but I'm here for everything you want. If you want seriousness or casual, some kind of
Don't say
things that I
that.
want to.
Don't say that. Don't that because that makes it sound like you're pedestalizing her now. Don't say I'm here for anything you want, whether that's serious or casual. No, you decide what you want, right? And then see if she's on board with that. So if you want something serious, you can let it be known. But I wouldn't jump the gun on that. Just kind of keep seeing her right now. And then
Mm.
when it feels right, transition to exclusivity. And then when it feels right, transition to a relationship. But you should be seeing signs from her that's what she wants. Don't try to you know, pull out all the stops right now just because y'all just recently slept with each other. That'd be too fast, okay? So let it be like a natural, organic progression. Don't try to force it. Right now, just keep doing what you're doing though. All right?
Yeah,
All right, brother. Well, keep me posted on how it goes, all right?
yeah. Thank you very
All
much.
right, take care, Chief. CC in the building. What's up, CC?
Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Sorry I'm late and everything.
You're good. We had some
I'm
technical
like,
difficulties for
hey,
a little
so,
while.
I got kids over here. You road now. But let's get our commercial break on because we do have an hour left. I know people probably getting out of church and everything. Anybody joining now, you want to go ahead and grab that orange heart me up at the top. And then you also want to that arrow down at the bottom, repost and share the live. And you want to make sure we are tapping that screen. We are not even at 10K. And it's already been the first hour. So let's go ahead and try to get a goal of at least 60K taps in this next hour. Thank you everybody for joining. Don't forget when you come up in the panel, we want to start with our question first and then give the context. Thank you guys for joining today and being a part of this experience. And we appreciate your support. So let's keep tapping, y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, CC, I'm gonna go to 2:30 today because we had some technical difficulties at the beginning, so I'm gonna try to make up some time. All right.
Yes, OT.
Yeah, I mean TikTok's been weird today. Like when I first went live, I couldn't even see people. I couldn't even see callers, so it's still acting kind of weird. That's why you see so much fluctuation with how many people are in the room. But we'll just keep it going to 2:30.
Okay, well, definitely keep tapping, y'all. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Coach.
All right, we got next. Dr. Logic, what's going on?
What's up, man?
What's up?
So question for you is, what is the fine line between you're wasting your time versus keep talking to her?
Fine
Like
line.
keep talking to her.
Are you in like a specific situation, or are you just asking like generally?
Well, it happens for me. Like I'm looking for here's how I'm approaching my dating because I'm looking for a wife, right?
Uh huh.
So the people that I talk to, whether in real life or on Hinge or whatnot, one of the things I got a note saying that is, for example, when you match with me, you got to FaceTime or do not accept the match, right? One, you got to FaceTime me. Two, you got to be available for a relationship, emotionally available for a relationship. and I got a whole thing that I say, you know, you can't be friends with your exes, nothing like that. So when they match, it's funny because somebody will match with you and be like, "Oh, I don't want to FaceTime right now." I'm like, "What?" But you just accept the request, like, you know what I'm saying? It's so weird, and I'm just like, "Yo, this is dumb," and I just don't match, right? So I be on matching people like who will like not stay true to their word, and then also if you wanna talk for like talking stage for like 2, 3, 4 months, like I'm busy, like and people think they're more busy than me. Like, and I'm just like, I just don't know what to say. I'm just like, I just leave them alone, or just on match, or I just pressure them to kind of like that guy, like that guy that just came up, right? I do have AI pictures. Let me just clarify that I do AI music on this platform. So, but you know, if you want to get to know me, we'll FaceTime and all that, no problem. But I just pressure them to leave. That's it. Yeah, cause I joined TikTok to do AI music. By the way, guys, people don't realize that. Everybody always try that. They're like, "Why do you have AI pictures?" Cause I do AI music.
I got you.
But anyways, I'm a songwriter. Anyways, yeah, I just don't match and keep moving. That's it.
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
I think your expectation is too high. I think your expectation is too high. I think you're treating it like almost like an engineering problem, and it's not. It doesn't work that way, right? I hear your frustration. Like I used to have on my profile, like, oh, you have to prioritize health and fitness. Wink, wink. And there will be people trying to match who obviously do not prioritize health and fitness. So people don't care, right? Women do the same thing. They'll have something on their profile, and I'm sure a lot of men like their shit who don't fit the qualifications. It's just that's part of the game, right? And if you expect that people are going to read your profile and then like be prepared to do all those things, you're going to be very disappointed. It's just not going to happen, right? So what do you even want them to have a FaceTime conversation for? What purpose is that serving?
So one, you have the FaceTime conversation is important to me because I want to kind of like get to have a first conversation to see how we are or whether or not I need to take you out or not, like, you know, like where your mindset is, like, you know, and plus like I think it's safety first, right? Somebody would say safety for the lady, but safety for everybody. So one, if you know what I look like, you make your thing like, oh, I don't really mess with him like that. That's cool. That you don't gotta come back, right? And that's it. You don't even have to meet. So we FaceTime. Okay. CC, don't worry. I can join later and put my real picture there. If you're interested in dating me, that's fine. We'll talk offline. But I know people want to know what I look like to see if I'm a contender for them. No problem. I'm a real person. I just do AI music. Go check out my stuff on my page. And let me finish my question. So I want to know if it's necessary to actually take you out and see what your mindset. You'll be surprised. Once you keep talking to people, you realize that this person's not for me, and then that's done. Then I don't follow through. Like, because remember, like I'm looking for a wife, right? So whoever you bring them can actually make your life or break your life, like how your life turned out to be. And I don't work so hard. I just don't want to mess things up. So I'm trying to be careful. Like my last ex-girlfriend, she said she liked to exercise when we FaceTime. Guess what? In the relationship, she don't like it. She said, I have a confession. I was like, what? She's like, I don't like to exercise. No, she's in shape, right? And I wanted to get more better in shape. So I want a girl that we can go to work out together. We used to play tennis together and all that. I mean, she told me that I was so disappointed, bro. I don't go in the gym by myself. And I was like, damn, like, why would you just make her? And then I told her, she said, oh, she don't want to have, she's scared about having kids. But then she talked about, oh, I will have 3, 4 kids. This is all preliminary conversation now. So my question is, like, I don't waste time nowadays because, like, I'm in a hospital a lot. Like, right now, I'm about to do 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. night shift because I'm on call. Now, when I FaceTime people, they be act like they got more time, like I got more time, or like they're more busy. I don't know. I think women is overwhelming because they get so many matches. So maybe like they're like going through it. But anyways, that's what I do. And I typically, when I talk to somebody for a while, like you and I are talking, you typically get the red flag quickly, and that's it.
Sure. So where are you located? Are you in the States?
Oh, for the ladies. Hey, I'm in Florida right now.
Florida, okay.
So, and I'm in my residency program. I'm doing residency in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for something serious. I'm 37, single, no kids, no wife, never been married. I was just focused on my career, and I think that I was about to engage her last year too, so I feel like I'm ready.
Gotcha. So the problem is a couple of things. The first one is trying to meet your wife on the dating app is a tall order. That's the first thing, right? Tall order. It's mostly a hookup app, right? That's mostly what dating apps are. Okay, so you might want to put yourself in a different pool. The pool that you date in matters. Second thing, the whole concept of wanting to FaceTime them first, I understand that it's serving the function of saving you time, but you're not really saving time. It's just something you think is happening, right? You can ascertain a lot about a person based on their profile. Based on just what's on their profile, based on the pictures that they take, right? How they dress. There's a lot of data you can extract from that. Even from the initial like the back and forth via text after you match. You can extract a lot of data from that, right? So the FaceTime is an unnecessary step that's causing friction in your process. Meaning, there may be women who are not available to FaceTime who you probably would have got along with. But because you're requiring the FaceTime, you never even find out, right? So go ahead.
Can I respond to that?
Sure.
So the thing is, I work 60, 80 hours a week. I just told you I'm a resident physician, right?
Yeah.
So I schedule my calls. I can't text you back and forth. I'm not very good at it. And what I noticed too is that the thing that didn't work before was texting people back and forth. Was like, first of all, people even respond to text back, or I forget to text back. And then the texting, you say something, somebody read it, and they think they're saying something different. And then it becomes like a communication issue. So text message is also not a good form of communication where you're trying to get to know somebody. Like, or they'd be like, can you text for a little bit to see how the vibe is?
Okay, so here's the thing. No. I'm with you. Here's the thing. So how many followers do you have on social media?
I don't do social media though, bro. I'm not like social media guy.
Okay, I thought you said that you do AI music. Isn't that?
No, I just joined this app specifically for that. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Instagram. Nothing. I just joined this app because I was like, let me do like songwriting just for fun and do AI music. And I just joined, but I'm not like let's do social media. I'm very busy. So like right now, I'm just chilling right now because I just woke up and I'm about to go do some work. Then after I get off here, go walk, do some work. Then I have a shift at 6 to respond. I was out last night and I met a shorty and we scheduled a day for brunch. And guess what? She confused me with I played with somebody else thinking I have kids or something. He's like, I'm not trying to mess up with person's family. I was like, what? No, I don't have no kids. So online, in person, some people are just like, it's all the same, bro.
Okay, hold on. All right. So here's the best approach per your constraints and what you're actually interested in. You're wasting more time by just being active on apps. The best tool in your tool belt is going to be social media, whatever social media account you choose, whether that's TikTok or Instagram. So if you're going to invest energy into social media, you say you're doing AI music, right?
Yeah.
You build a following doing that. You also strategically let people know that you are a doctor and you post actual pictures of yourself so people see what you look like. Then you find women that you would like to date through social media. Because social media is also going to give you a lot of data on who this person is. It's going to show you what they like to talk about. It's going to show you what type of content they repost. It's going to show you where their mind is at, so you don't necessarily need the FaceTime conversation. So you will effectively be saving time because the women that you're choosing to engage, you more than likely will be more compatible with. Does that make sense?
I get it. I see. I see what you're saying. So you don't really. Like, I just don't be matching. Like when I see profiles that I see, like before I even accept the match, when I see some profiles, I just be don't accept it because, like, if you got pictures of you like twerk. No, I'm not doctor like Dr. Uber. I'm in internal medicine, like a doctor, like hospital doctor, not Dr. Uber. Dr. Uber is a PhD. I'm an MD. It's different. But anyways, I don't be doing that kind of stuff. Like I feel like low key, let me not focus on CC's messages. Then let me talk to you because CC talking a line.
Hold on, no, just don't focus on the chat. I get the other callers, so we gotta wrap this up. But like, what about what I just said? Does that make sense?
I'm talking about profile. When I see the profile,
Okay.
I see the type of pictures or something they post. I just like ignore it. I just don't match. I'll match. Like if you twerking or something, I'll match. If you got multiple people in your profile and I don't know who you are, I'll match. Like I just be on matching. So the people that I actually match, you're talking about the equality. I think they're quality, but then when I talk to them, it's like, oh, they're not quality. Like I asked a girl, like, oh,
I hear what you're saying, but we're going off on a tangent. We're not talking about dating apps anymore. The strategy that I would recommend is a social media strategy.
I'm gonna just use TikTok then, because I'm only on TikTok, really.
Yeah, so I would use that. I would post at least one, have a pin post of you doing what you do for a living, so people know what you do for a living. You're a real person. You're a doctor, right? That's attractive. Keep posting your AI music, and then use this as a place to vet women and choose women who to date. All right, that's going to be your best strategy moving forward.
How about that? Like, quick thing. You think I should slow it down? Like this person on match. You know how you was telling the dude to keep talking to that girl? That's kind of wasting time.
Mm-hmm.
You know that Congolese dude that just joined you?
Yeah.
And he was like, just keep it going and see, let it happen organically. And I don't like that. For me, I'm like, yo, if I like you, let's go. Type shit. You know, I don't like this.
I hear you, but here's the thing: reality don't give a fuck about what you like, right? So it's like what I tell people to do is what works. So what you're doing now is not working, right? The whole social media, not social media, but Hinge process.
Quick thing. It's not working because I get too impatient. I'm like, yo, shorty wasting time, bro. Next. I'm all about the next.
I hear you. But that's a lot of words that you're using to pretty much say it doesn't work, right? So it doesn't work. So what I'm prescribing is what does work. So you don't have to do it, but you're going to have to change something because what you're currently doing isn't working.
That's
right?
True. I think ultimately, maybe I should just chill out. You know what I mean? Just chill out.
Okay, boss man, you do what you want. I got to go to other callers. You take care, all right?
I was about to just get on the camp.
Gotta go. Wasting time now. Cassie, what's going on? Cassie, are you there? Cassie.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm not sure if you can hear me.
I can hear you. Cassie, you there?
Can you hear me? My connection's kind of bad, I think.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. What can I do for you? Okay, Cassie.
Okay, my connection's kind of bad, but I'll just ask my question. Maybe you can hear me. So my question is that why do I feel more drawn to what I would say turn out to be more emotionally unavailable or avoidant? I can hear you now.
You said what? All right, Cash. I'm gonna have to drop you if you can't respond. Can you hear me?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So sorry.
Uh-huh. Okay, I gotta drop you, love.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
red bar, yeah. It's like
yeah.
she's
I think it was a lag because she was responding. Her response was very delayed. What's going on, CC?
I actually have a question though, because I have a friend who's in the comments who is looking to do a dating profile. I think that pictures like are something that, yeah, I get when you say like the marketing problem, but like as far as it comes to the little prompt things, are there any suggestions on what you think women should prioritize when they're
Yeah,
setting
same.
up their profile?
Yeah, just seem pleasant. The biggest mistake women make on dating apps is complaining about men. Biggest mistake that they make. Just be honest. They use it as a opportunity to vent about their frustration with dating. And when men read that, you just come across as a buzzkill. Because I'm imagining you're going to be in that state when I meet you in person. And I don't want to meet her. I don't want to meet the woman who wrote that.
So also when it comes to Hinge, I know that they have like the voice note thing, the videos. Do you think that they should focus on that more so than pictures?
No, pictures are the primary thing.
Yeah.
Pictures are 100 for both men and women. No, people really don't care about what's in the prompts. It's going to be 100% a picture thing. Play to your strengths. That's all I would say, without sexualizing yourself. Depending on what your goals are. If your goals are a relationship, try not to sexualize yourself. But yeah, play to your strengths. If you have a pleasant voice, then use the voice prompt because it frames you in a more attractive light, right? So you got to know what's appealing about you, but do not sexualize yourself. Because if you do that, you're going to amplify that type of lusty attention. I would say also don't reveal too much about yourself. Don't put yourself in a situation where if somebody matches with you, they can just kind of like you gave them the mask to wear.
Okay, makes sense. I might come back with more questions, but thank you.
No problem, CC. Take care, love. All right, we got Cassie back. Let's see if it works now. Cassie, what's up?
Hey, I'm so sorry. I'm in Dallas. We're having like a
Okay.
snowstorm, whatever, so
I
it might
got
be
you.
affecting my connection.
You're good.
Okay, so I'll get to this. It seems to be stable now. Okay, so my question was, I'm sorry if you already heard it earlier, but my question is, I feel like I tend to be drawn to more like men who end up being like emotionally unavailable or turn out to be like avoidant types. And so I'm not really sure what to do about that because I feel like I am, like right now I'm talking to a guy who seems to be just like a nice, good guy, you know, successful in his career. But like we'll go out to eat lunch, for example, or something, and I'm just like thinking of someone else the whole time. Yeah, which is not good, but it's like I tend to feel like, oh, there's no sparks or there's no, you know, like, and I really hate that for myself because I came on here a few weeks ago asking about a person I was dating who we were long distance, but I hadn't, you know, he hadn't really made intentional plans to see me. And then literally a few days after that, you were like, when you told me like, this is not going to be a long-term thing, literally a few days after that, he had made plans to come down and include me in those plans. That went horrible. And I haven't spoken to him in like a week because he hasn't reached out to me in a week after he came to visit. But anyway, so now I'm wondering like, what is that thing? Like, I have a guy who's interested in me. He's been intentional. We've gone out a few times just to like casual lunch, casual dinner. He's consistent communication, but I'm just like, nah.
Has he like tried to make any moves on you?
No, this new guy I'm dating, no, just we hug, we sit, we eat, we talk. He asks very clear, direct questions, getting to know each other.
Does he flirt with you at all? Does he?
About things,
Does
but
he?
no, and then we hug and I leave.
Does he like flirt with you or tease you at all when y'all are interacting?
Yeah, I feel like he tries. I feel like, yeah,
Okay.
he's trying to be flirty. Or
How many times have you seen him?
I've seen him twice. We've he lives locally, so you know I could see him often. But I've seen him twice so far.
Gotcha. Gotcha. It's very difficult. Um, so what makes you think that you are drawn to avoidant men?
Well, this is something I'm just discovering for myself. So I'm just discovering for myself that like I tend to be more of like an anxious attachment style,
Okay.
and so I'm in therapy and I'm trying to work through that. But so then that's how I became aware of like these avoidant type of men, and so just learning and doing researching about that, and then studying like kind of those patterns, and so really, I think just my own research, and I feel like that particular person fell into that because when he came to Dallas, like we had a great time, and I feel like leading up to him coming, I was being pretty suggestive, but when he was here, other circumstances happened where like nothing physically was gonna happen between us, but I still had a great time. But when I had made a comment about, I was getting ready to leave so that he could get dressed. He was going to go hang out with his friends at night. And I was like, okay, like I'll leave so you can get ready in peace, whatever. I had such a great time. And I was like, man, I hadn't even gotten kissed, like spending time with that. And he was like, we've been here for 5 hours. If you wanted to kiss, like you could have kissed me. And I was like, well, it would have been nice to know, like you also wanted to kiss me. And so he was like, what does what I want have anything to do with what you want? If you wanted to kiss me, you should have went after it. And he was just using words like, I'm playing in the big leagues now, and I should have just like, I don't know, initiated. I mean, just some pretty condescending things were said. And so I had just like, okay, I'm going to leave, got my things, walked me downstairs, said our goodbyes. And literally I've not heard from him since, which is okay.
How long did you date
It
him?
sucks, and I'm dying inside, but what'd you say?
How long have you dated this guy?
4 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
What makes you think that he's avoidant?
Because of between the 4 months, there's been this pattern of like this push and pull. So like he would be so consistent, calling me, FaceTiming me often, like texting me often. I made plans to go up and see him a few times. And then like one time I went to go visit him, for instance. I came home and we had a great time together, and then I didn't hear from him for 3 days. And so for no reason at all. There wasn't a fight, there wasn't a disagreement, like nothing, just no contact.
That doesn't necessarily mean avoidant. Like, and I've seen people, like other coaches online. Like, there's some coaches who I don't know if she can still hear me. Let me give her a second. Okay, you're back. There's some coaches who like completely reject even the idea of attachment styles. They think that like avoidant is just like someone who doesn't like you. And
Right.
I disagree, but I understand what they're saying because people take somebody who is engaging them in a way where like they don't like them or they don't want a relationship with them to mean they're avoidant. Doesn't mean that. This could be someone who's just emotionally unavailable for whatever reason. This could be someone who's just juggling multiple women, and when he's not talking to you, it's because he's talking to somebody else, right? Doesn't mean he's avoidant. Just because he doesn't want to be in
Yeah,
a
and I honestly think that's more likely than anything else.
yeah, he could be. He could be avoidant, but there's nothing. Just because somebody is moving in the way that you're described does not mean that they're avoidant. So, um, so you being anxious does mean that you're probably going to be attracted to emotionally unavailable people because when you're anxious like that, you internalize the belief that you have to earn love, right? So when it's easily accessible, it doesn't hit the same because you feel like you have to work for it. And when you're dealing with someone who's
Yes.
emotionally unavailable, they put you in a position to where like you feel like you have to put more effort in to win them over, right? So that part seems like it may be true. Now, with the guy you're currently dating, he's also not coming across in a attractive way, right? But you just have to have the discernment to know when you are sabotaging yourself and when it's like, this really isn't working for me, right? So that's why I asked you questions like, was he attempting to flirt with you? Did he make a move on you? And you were like, he kind of tries to flirt, and no, he hasn't made a move on me. That tells me that he's more of a safe kind of guy. He's more like a nice guy. Women universally are not attracted to nice
definitely.
guys. Women
And he's
universally are
also
not
like,
attracted to that. Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, he's also cute, but like physically, not necessarily my type either. You know, like I'm a small, petite woman, and you know, like when I'm with a man, like I really like to feel like protected, you know, safe, like I'm with like a bigger type of guy. And so I think that too might have something to do with it. Like I just feel like if something was to go down, like would he protect me? Or, you know, if we were in a crowd or just anything. I don't know. I just there's this also this part that I look for when I'm with a man, like that I feel, you know, like protected, you know, like safe with, that he has this sense of like you know, protection, and I just don't feel that with this new guy either. But I don't know. But I don't want to sabotage myself. He's a great guy. He has, you know, he's a really great, sweet person. But I don't know if it's like self-sabotage or it's just really not anything there. I don't
It's
know.
not. It's not. I mean, that's a good question to ask, right? Like, is it self-sabotage? I understand that, but it's like, it doesn't sound like it is in this situation.
Okay.
Not even like what you just told me about him is added on to my previous read, which is that he's just not coming across in a very attractive way, right?
Right.
Like, I don't know how long you've been following me. Have you heard me break down the two sides of attraction, spark and safety before?
Yes, but I
Thank
was
God.
on a refresh.
You say you need a
Because
refresh?
actually broke my heart last time. I was like, I need a break.
Okay. So there's two sides of attraction, spark and safety, right? So spark is anything that makes a woman feel like emotionally stimulated. It makes her like desire you and crave you. Okay, so some traits they give off spark is going to be looking good, smelling good, dressing well, having a sense of humor, being very confident, borderline cocky a little bit, being playful, being bold, right, making moves. These are things that social savvy, these give spark, right? Makes a woman like really kind of notice you and desire you from a sense, right? Attracted to you. Then there's safety. Safety is anything that makes someone feel connected and cared for, right? So some traits that give off safety would be being muscular would give a little bit of safety. Being a leader would give safety. Being genuinely curious about her world gives safety. Financial provisioning gives safety. Being nice gives safety, right? Problem is, most guys only check one of those two boxes. So you have guys who only check the box of spark. Those are essentially the fuck boys, right? They can attract a lot of women, but they can't keep them because women also need safety. Then you have guys who only offer safety, but no spark. And those are like the nice guys. These are the guys you date where you're like, he's a good guy, but I just, you know, because he's not giving spark. He's only giving
I
safety.
don't want to jump his bones.
Yeah. So you feel guilty into the connection because you're like, well, he's giving me everything that I say I want, but he's missing this, right? The problem is most men only check one of those two boxes. So the emotional, unavailable guy is the spark guy, but he will never commit to you because he just has spark, right? And even if he did, you would eventually not want to be in the connection anymore because he's not giving safety. So you'll just never feel safe in the connection. You'll never be able to trust the connection, right? So it's just hard to find guys who can give both. It's very, very difficult. So my content, that's like the foundational perspective that I give guys in my content, is trying to help them balance spark and safety. Because for most guys, it's just an awareness thing. Like, I don't know if you were on the call where the first guy I talked to who was doing the speed dating, he's missing spark. Good guy. Seems like a really good guy.
Mm-hmm.
But he does not know how to be desirable. He don't want to offend. He wants to, he's probably very agreeable. Like, if you're on a date with him, he's going to agree with everything you say, right? And you're going to feel like he doesn't have balls because he's agreeing with me on everything, right? He's not really adding friction. He doesn't know that, like, if he does disagree, I may get a little annoyed, but like that's also like, oh, you had the balls to disagree with me. You know what I mean? Like, they just don't know these things because no one's ever taught guys these things. And the guys who learn it, there are guys who just quote unquote womanizers for the most part. That's how they learn it. They've dealt with so many women, they just kind of picked up on these things, right? And they use it to their advantage. So that's just for you and everybody else in the chat. Yeah, it's a rarity to find a guy who has both. So the majority of women kind of have to make a sacrifice in a situation where it's like either they choose the safety guy, just make peace with the fact that he's not going, you're never going to want to jump his bones for real, or you get with the spark guy and be like, I hope he doesn't cheat, right? But those are like the situations. It's unfortunate, but there's just not enough. It's not enough of them in stock, guys who can do both. So I'm trying to create them.
No, there are not. There are not. Okay, so man, I don't like that sacrifice.
I understand.
Do I want to be bored and safe and provided for? Or I don't know. Okay.
It's tough. They exist. It's just you have to lean into patience, and then you'll also have to be a match for that. Because you gotta understand, a guy who's like that, whole lot of options.
Yeah, definitely. I'm like one in, so many, people who I feel like I'm attracted to men who are attractive. And so, like, I'm sure I'm not the only one, attracted to them or, but it's like that tender space of finding someone who is truly wanting like intentional relationship and commitment, and who doesn't just say that, right? And but it's and then not making me feel like I have to vie for your attention, or I'm not having to be performative or compete for like your space, like making me feel like there are other women, obviously too. Like, I think that's crazy to be made to feel that way, I guess. And I think maybe that's like the bigger red flag to pay attention to. So it's like somebody who also is that way, but they feel just as attracted to you as you feel attracted to them. You don't feel like it's one-sided, or like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody would want to be with me. Like, I was literally told that it would be a bigger risk for them to date me than for me to date them. And I'm just like, how do you say that to somebody? That's wild. Think it all you want, but like, how do you say that to someone and to make them?
Because they don't care.
Like, yeah, clearly, they don't care. So, but that's weird. But then, so anyway, I feel like I'm having to go through like a detox of like that relationship.
Yeah.
Or whatever that was.
The main thing that you have to keep an eye on is if you're anxiously attached, you probably unconsciously deal with guys who give a lot of spark or who are emotionally unavailable or avoidant. And because they're not consistent, it makes you feel anxious. And then that anxiety is being interpreted as passion or feeling strongly for the person or chemistry, right? You have to be able to identify that that's not what that is. It's literally a sign showing you this person's probably a bad fit.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm trying to do self-regulating things, like, I've always like worked out and done Pilates and stuff, but I've just made like a consistent promise to myself to get in there and do it every day. Going like walking out in the cold, like I literally have to have a plan to physically regulate my body so that I can get rid of like the anxiety. And when I do that, I feel like I'm like, okay, I'm fine without this person. Like, I'm fine. I'm moving on. This is what's best. And then if I sit for too long and I start thinking about times we were together or, looking at pictures or whatever, it's like the anxiety comes back, but I feel like I'm interpreting it as I miss him. You know, like, I love him. Like, I want him to come back. And I think maybe that, my mind and my heart are just like really confused.
Yeah, you gotta go no contact with people like that. Like you don't want anything to like stimulate memories. So that means unfollowing them on social media, blocking them, so they can't contact you, deleting pictures, all that kind of good stuff. That's the best way to move on from like past connections,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, you got your work cut out for you. But it's like,
And then it is
go ahead.
okay. Yeah, and it is okay to be like, okay, maybe there's just not. There are some things, even with the safe good guy, like if it's just not there, like it's okay, like it's just not there. I don't have to like say I'm self sabotaging necessarily, just not there.
Yeah, it's not there. That's it. It's just not there. That's fine. Like based on what you described. I mean, I get the dilemma though, because it's like you seem like you're trying to make sure you're not sabotaging, right? Which is good because a lot of women don't even think about that. But in this specific situation, I don't think you're sabotaging. I think you're just with somebody who is fundamentally not desirable, and you're trying to force it.
Yeah, like, if I could finally just be with a stable, consistent, nice guy, my family would probably be so thrilled.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I don't know.
I'm
It's just
sure.
not this one. So
But
okay, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
no problem, Cassie. You take care, love. Best of luck.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, Juliet.
Hi, how
Hello.
you? Yeah, hello.
Hey, how you doing? I can't hear you.
I'm good. I'm good. And you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. What can I do for you?
Okay. I have this situation, and I've been thinking about it, and I thought I should just talk to somebody about it and know what to do. Yeah, I have this friend of mine. When it was a long time ago, we were friends, just casual friends. And after some time, we lost communication. And I think sometime last year, August, he reached out to me. That was about after like 4 years. He reached out to me and he told me he's no longer. I'm in Nigeria actually, and he said he's no longer in Nigeria. He left for Europe. He's been there for a long time, and he lost my contact and all of that. And we started talking. We were cool. We keep on. We were communicating. The communication was good, and I've not been in a relationship for the longest time. Yeah, because I'm always scared. I'm actually a single mother of twin boys, so most of the time I'm always scared to get into a relationship. Or when I communicate with opposite sex for a very long time, I get used to the person. I get fond of the person. So we were talking, and I was so fond of this person. And he came back December, and I was so busy during that period. I'm a hairstylist, so I was so busy. But this particular day, he asked me to follow him to an occasion, which I did. And before we went there, he told me that he was going to introduce me as his wife to be. But it didn't go well with me because I don't know if I'm in a relationship with him or we're just being friends. So you introducing me to people as your wife to be doesn't sound good for me. And he was okay with it. Meanwhile, before we got there, he told me that he has a best friend that is in town and he will want us to go with his best friend. Lo and behold, the one who got to where his best friend is, it happened that his best friend is actually somebody that has been asking me out as well. Like, he has been asking me out for the longest time, or I declined. And I tried greeting this his best friend that I know, but he ignored, and which was totally okay by me. Then after the whole location and all that, we went out, we hung out, and we stayed through the night, and he dropped me off. And since then, he doesn't talk to me anymore. I tried reaching out to him. He said he's quite busy and that he will get in touch with me. And I think last week I tried reaching out to him again, and he told me he has gone back to Europe and that he will call me so that we will talk. Now the thing is this, I think I've gotten fond of this person to an extent, but still I think he's playing with me somehow. And I've asked him what the problem is. He said nothing, that I'm a good person, he likes me, blah blah blah. But he will still call me so that we can talk. I don't know. One mind is telling me to block this person off and let him be. The other mind is still saying I should still let me allow him speak whenever he wants to speak. But meanwhile, recently I noticed I keep seeing his friend. This is his friend that I know. I keep seeing him around my workplace. He will come there, stay. Then when I'm going home, I will see him around my house area. I don't know why. I don't know if they are spying on me or something. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he told him anything because I'm not with this his friend.
Okay. Okay. What's your question here, love?
My question is this: is it right that I should just block this person off, or I should just keep waiting till?
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't keep waiting. Did you sleep with this person?
No, I did not.
Okay. No, you shouldn't keep waiting. More than likely, his friend sabotaged you in some way. Either he lied and said that he's dealt with you, or he sabotaged you in some other way. More than likely. So
he said something to me when I told him. I said, "I know your best friend." He has been asking me. He said yes, that he told him that if I have done something with the guy, that his friend will actually tell him. So
okay.
I don't know where the problem is coming from.
Yeah, you just gotta move on, love. Like for whatever reason, he's lost interest, and that's clear because he's not trying to keep in contact with you. So there's no need for you to wait around or try to explain yourself or provide clarity. This person is probably not going to ever really invest in you. Okay.
All right.
All right. You take care.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. I think some of the people who request dropped. Oh, what happened? Hello.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Hi, so I have a question. I recently went through a breakup, actually got dumped on Monday, so it's very fresh. It was a short relationship. I've known him since October, so we started talking in October. November, just a little bit of a background. He's a child psychiatrist doing a fellowship in my city. So I didn't know too much about that, but the first 2 months, great, amazing, talking every day, very affectionate, good morning, beautiful, sending pictures, constant daily communication, and a little bit about his background. So he's originally from Bahrain in the Gulf. So he comes from a little bit more conservative, reserved background, which I was okay with. My parents are North African. I've lived in the Gulf as well. I'm very familiar to their culture. And sparks everywhere, chemistry. And in the first, 2-3 months, never held my hand, never kissed, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, completely respected. I was like, okay, amazing, great. He wants to, see me 2-3 times a week, talk every day. There's nothing physical. He must really be into me.
Sure.
And then he kind of let me know it's kind of hard. The chemistry's there, the tension is there. And I said, I'm okay with the physical aspect. I also made my intentions very clear from when we met. I'm looking to date with intention, and goal for me is marriage. Like, I'm a single mom. I haven't dated anyone or spoken to anyone for, at least 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So when I filtered it, because we met on an app, I filtered it down to him. Everything was, again, amazing. And he brought up, in his culture or in his, where he's from, for people to actually be able to be physical together, they would do it's a symbolic thing, like an Islamic marriage. Nothing legal, nothing. It just means I'm committed to you, you're committed to me. And I said, okay, you know what? If this is something that's for your comfort, I would be okay with that. But he had to go to Bahrain for Christmas. I said, think about it if you want to continue with me when you come back. So he went 3 weeks, still texted me every day, a little bit more distant, but, chemistry was there. Everything was amazing. He comes back end of December, and he kind of came back with some concerns, because I live in Canada, and it's minus 20 outside, and he told me after going back home, he doesn't know if he would accept a job here. He actually realized, to me, that was a non-issue. I said, if me and you were going to continue and something were to come out of this, moving is a non-issue. I've lived in the Gulf before. I've traveled, because of my parents' life. My career allows that as well. The other issue that he had was, he's very into me, but the way in our culture works is, all right, if everything's okay, then the families would meet and kind of talk about committing. That could be either the families being aware or an engagement until we get to that goal. It could be 1 or 2 years from now. He said, it would be great for you to meet my family if all goes well. And in his mind, he said, I really have nothing to offer because I'm doing a fellowship up until the summer of 2027. Again, to me, that was a non-issue. I think in his mind, he wanted to continue to take it slow. And for me, I was thinking, okay, we did this religious, Islamic ceremony, whatever, for us to be able to be intimate together. We're on a trajectory right now. And he left it up to me to decide if I want to continue with him or not. And I said, yes, I'm really into you. I really want to see where this would take us. When he came back from Bahrain, he also noticed that he's actually very much behind work. And I felt a shift. He started being more busy, there was this kind of push-pull dynamic where he would still text me every day, even if it was just a good morning and a good night. There was still texting from him, but I noticed there was no more affection, no more intimacy. I became anxious. It triggered something in me. I started asking, is everything okay? What's going on? Also, I started to panic because of how, conservative and reserved his background is. We did get intimate. We did not have sex, but very, everything else. So I started to panic. Oh my God, is this his cultural thing where he lost respect for me? He made it clear, no, I'm not seeing anyone. I'm just busy. I'm like, all right, but I'm noticing a shift that you're becoming a little less affectionate or cold. He's like, my mind is just how much, I'm behind on work. He's a child psychiatrist in the hospital. Sometimes he's on call. I understood he was busy. I did not know what a fellowship was up until recently. So I think I got to a place where I started mirroring him. So if he's affectionate, I'm affectionate. If he pulls back, I pull back. I let him text me first, but the anxiety was still there. I was kind of, why does he not want to do activities anymore together? Why is he not coming over, like before? I think he started getting a little bit annoyed from me, because I think he tried to explain it without really explaining it, of, what a fellowship was, all the research that he had to do. But in my mind, it's, even if you're busy, you could still jump on a call, because we used to have calls every night too, just to catch up for the days that we didn't meet. And yeah, last Thursday, so not this week, the week before the breakup, he did show up. I stopped asking to meet. He did show up by himself. I'm like, okay, this is great. He's still showing up. And then on Sunday, I ended up getting a new gym membership where I said, it would be great for us to even do workouts together since you're so busy, but you still go down to your gym in your building. Why don't we do workouts together? He said, sometimes when I'm done work, I don't even want to talk to anyone. I'm so tired. I'm so overwhelmed. I pushed, when me and you were seeing each other often and I went back to Bahrain, I just pushed all my research. I didn't do anything and now I'm really behind. I need someone who's going to be understanding that sometimes there's going to be periods in my life where, maybe 1-2 weeks at a time, I'm just going to be completely overwhelmed. And he told me, I'm very emotionally reserved. I show love more in person. I show love more. Like, he told me he grew up in an emotionless household. Like, they don't really share things or talk things or don't react. And for me, it's the opposite. I'm, North African, we're loud. And that's the kind of household that I grew up in. And yeah, I felt like I really messed it up. Because I know that he had love for me. He did confess his love for me. He did, despite, his giving me the option of ending things or choosing to continue with him. I thought that he was just kind of allowing me to be comfortable with the situation and kind of telling him if it's not for me, it's not for me. But yeah, I just feel like I messed it up because of my anxiety. As I said, going back to Sunday, I was nagging a bit after he's already explained to me the last 2-3 weeks that he's been very overwhelmed, very busy. So I received...
Okay, you back? So what's your question here, love?
Sorry, can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's your question about the situation?
Yeah, so my question is, the way he ended it with me was, you're amazing. I am attracted to you so much. I have so much care for you, this and that. But I think this is getting overwhelming for me. I think it would be kinder for us both to kind of take a step back. I was very, upset by this. And I said, I said how I felt like, I let you into my home, meet my daughter, all these things that I haven't done for anyone the last 2 years at all. And so this is, upsetting, but I think it was coming from ego. I said, I didn't want to chase him or be any more clingy. I said, that's fine. I respect that. I agree. We should just kind of end this. And then that was that complete silence. Even the whole religious divorce thing, he didn't officially end it, and it's been silence and there's a lot of self-blame as well of why, despite everyone telling me, he just was trying to let you down easy, but he was still showing up. He was still constantly texting me every day. I was not understanding. I have that anxiety. I signed up for therapy to work on that. I'm gonna go no contact, not disturb his peace, but with the self-blame, I go from, if he really wanted to, he would have made that effort to, no, you also have to take accountability in this because he was amazing to you every other way, but you couldn't control or you couldn't regulate your nervous system when you were anxious. And if part of me is thinking, is this something that you think with space and no contact that he would ever come back after me obviously needing to work on myself?
Okay, I got you. You're asking good questions. Like the way you're thinking about it, I can see how conflicting this is. The core of the issue is y'all were just incompatible. That's the core, right? Meaning, even if you did learn to regulate your nervous system better, you would have probably locked down a relationship, but you would have to consistently sacrifice your needs within it. Because you sound like somebody who wants depth. You sound like somebody who wants to emotionally connect with the person that you're with, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he was never going to be able to provide that. His presence would have been there from time to time, but you would have always felt that disconnect. And eventually, you would have erupted and started complaining about the situation. You just were fundamentally incompatible. This is somebody who has more than likely is avoidantly attached just because of the way you described his upbringing, where emotions weren't really safe in his household. So, okay, he learned to suppress them. That's how you make an avoidant person, right? You're not emotionally attuning with them as children, so they just learn that their emotions aren't important. They're dangerous, right? So you would have never worked with this person. Did you amplify things by not regulating? Sure. You basically made something that was always going to end sooner. So it was always going to end, but your constant request for, like, he kept proposing problems like, hey, I can't see you for this reason. And then you kept finding different strategies where y'all could like actually meet and close the gap, right? But if he wanted to see you, he would have figured out how to. You weren't needed in that situation. It wasn't your job to try to find ways for y'all to see each other. He wanted to see you. He would have saw you.
He was becoming overwhelmed. I think for me, he was still texting every day and he was still showing up, let's say once a week. But for me, I just felt a shift. And, you know, I think it's more so the being less affectionate that was bothering me, and that kind of
the less affectionate is how you create distance, right? When you're avoidant, right? So you just find ways to kind of slowly ease back. But considering that you're more anxious, that activates you, and now you got a problem to solve. So now that means you lean in, right? And the more you lean in, the more they lean out until you have to end it. So again, it was always going to end because you're not compatible. He would not be able to meet the needs that you have within a relationship, even if you did learn to regulate. It was never going to happen, right? But your inability to regulate just sped up that timeline. So yeah, you should learn to regulate yourself better. That is a lesson you can take from this, right? But you shouldn't blame yourself because it was always going to end. Even if you were perfect on your end, it was always going to end. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just finding it hard to accept. You know, it's a little fresh. So
I understand. You can sit with it. You know, you can grieve it. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't want you beating yourself up and being like, "Oh, if I didn't do this, then we would still be together." No, that's not the case. That's not the case. The only way y'all would have been together is if you accepted unhappiness. That's the only way that relationship would have worked. If you literally sacrificed yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. There's still. I think that do they come back? Will they? You know, with a no contact, with a distance, with seeing, you know, how great it was and things like that. But would he realize, you know, oh, maybe I should make a little bit of that effort the way that it used to be now that I'm all settled, you know.
It doesn't change capacity, ultimately. Do avoidants sometimes come back? Sure. But they're still the same way they were before. And the problem hasn't been solved. They still don't have the capacity to meet you in the way you need to be met. So if he does come back, great, this is going to end again.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been very delusional thinking, that, you know, if, you know, I'm working on myself, maybe I'll move on from this or, you know, come to accept it. He might see I'm thriving, come back, be like, you know what, I messed up. I need to put in a little bit of effort, go slow, give it that space, you know, hopefully by then he's done his research and things would be different, but yeah. Yeah, sorry, I'm going on a little rant now, but yeah.
You're good, love. But it's not your fault. I don't want to leave you with that. It's not your fault. Don't beat yourself up over it. There's nothing you could have done to change the situation. But definitely keep me posted on how things progress, all right?
All right, thank you.
No problem, love. You take care.
All right.
All right, who we got next? Justin.
Hello. I want to apologize for our last conversation. I know I cut off very short-ended. My wife was calling, and that was that was what happened there. But if I could, I would like to kind of continue where our conversation last left off. If I need to kind of give the summary, I will.
Was you the one with the
because I would like
business?
some advice and some help on that situation.
Are you the one with the business?
Yes, I am.
Okay, got you. Where do we cut off? I didn't even realize we got cut off.
Yeah, like I said, my my wife was calling right when we were in a conversation, and I had to, cut off the conversation, and I felt
Gotcha.
bad.
Gotcha.
But I was kind of wanting to ask, kind of how I can deal with my parent situation when it comes to my marriage. That kind of seems like it's not a huge problem, but it's definitely something that when it happens, it kind of creates an awkward energy, if that's the best way I can put it. Without ranting, I'll go into a little bit of a backstory. My mother was very what's the word I'm looking for? Neglectful. She wasn't really present as I grew up. Like, she was very present when I was a toddler, when I was very small, and then as I grew up, she kind of became more distant, and like she put up iron walls that no emotion could pass through. I got to watch her eyes kind of go from color to gray growing up, and this was right in between when my mom and dad divorced. And she always had this like iron fist, like she always had this. If you shield all of your emotions and you don't show any, then you'll stay strong and you'll survive. But if you do, you're weak for that. And because of that, I grew up thinking that I had to be the man of the house, that I had to serve people in order to get respect and validation that I was missing. And that kind of became like a selfish, toxic trait that I had growing up, because I turned that into devoting all of my loyalty towards my friends.
I'm just gonna stop right there, Justin. Just try to get to like the outcome of what your background has led up to, so we can solve the problem.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Like I said, I was ranting.
You're good.
I'm sorry. Basically, when I got married, there wasn't really any support. There was not a lot of like it almost felt like she didn't want us to get married. Like the moment of my wedding day, she was just very distant. She didn't show herself at all. I had to sit there for 15 minutes on YouTube learning how to tie my tie, because she didn't want to like help me out at all. She was just in her own little world. And I guess I just want to try to find a way to navigate those triggers and traumas better in my marriage, because I feel embarrassed whenever my wife tells me you have to stand up to your mom, you can't let her put you down, and then she gives me those eyes that trigger me, and I go stagnant. I don't know what to do. I didn't want to turn this into a therapy session. I'm so sorry. But I guess I'm just trying to find better ways to explain it.
So what problem are you trying to solve? Are you trying to solve is your mother impacting your relationship in some way?
In the way of every time she gets to my triggers, my wife goes like, you really need to stand up to your mom. You can't let her treat you like this anymore. And it's like, on one end, I want to distance myself from her, but on the other end, she's still my parent, right? So I get boundaries. I guess there it is. It's the boundaries of it. I don't want her controlling me in that way anymore. But at the same time, I can't sit there and deny that she's my parent. Like, I'm gonna go to her sometimes. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's a struggle for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be consequences with boundaries, or else the boundary is not real. Right?
Right.
So you have to like define what consequences you can live with. Then maybe you don't talk to her as much, right? Maybe you start off with that and you escalate from there if it's necessary. But to your wife's point, yeah, you do have to individuate. You have to become your own man. You do have to stand up to your parents if they are causing problems in your current relationship, for sure. Absolutely. I don't know what the dynamic is with your mother, or if like you feel yeah, there's a lot of discomfort you feel with like asserting yourself, but like it's definitely
Yeah.
something that has to happen.
Okay, I know this was a rant. I'm so sorry. I was trying to go somewhere with it, and it kind of just turned into me like having a therapy session when that's not what this is. So I think I'm gonna try to I think I'm gonna try to regulate my question better and come back
Okay,
because
sounds
I
good,
kind
man.
of feel bad.
You're good. Don't feel bad. You're good. You're good. Come back when you get more clarity on it. All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. Take care, bro. Okay, she might be gone. I was trying to bring Chi Chi up, but she might dipped out. Might has dipped out. Um, Zion in the building.
Hey,
Zion, what's up, man?
my question is, you're talking about like how men and women dynamics should be spark and safety. How? Okay, I'm spark heavy, right? You know who this is.
Yeah.
But sometimes I run
You
out
know
of
who
spark.
it is?
So sometimes I run out of it, right? So how do you
Okay.
balance the moments when you're out of the juice, like when you're out of the spark?
Why do you say you run out of it? How does that actually play out?
Like I'll be out with someone and and let's say I just get bored of the moment or it's just done.
You get bored in the moment, and then how is that making you lose spark?
Like it just makes you lose composure. Like then I'll remember I'm in the moment. You get like I'll remember I'm there, and then I'll begin to overshare everything. I'll begin to overthink my movements. Like it doesn't come from a natural place anymore. That's what I'm trying to say.
So you'll be in the moment on the date, and then you'll get bored,
Yeah.
and then you'll catch yourself being bored, and then you snap out of it, and then you try to force being in the moment again.
Yeah, like I'll try to like that.
Okay. So when you try to be in the moment again, what are you doing?
I'll just try to like relight the fire in a sense. I'll try to like I might try to say a joke or something, but it might not land.
Don't try.
No.
Yeah, don't try. You're not trying to achieve these things.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. It's hard to clear. Are you neurodivergent, Zion?
Like, what does that mean? Explain.
Like ADHD, autism?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Like, have you been diagnosed
Yeah, I did. Yeah, this year I did start taking pills.
for ADHD?
Huh?
For ADHD?
Yeah, ADHD pills. I just got some.
Got you. Have you noticed a change in how like you engage with people when you start taking the pills?
So, okay, this is the thing though. I took the pills for like a solid 2 months and I didn't like it. It killed me, right?
Okay.
So now, when I'm off the pills, I'm more alive. I'm on the pills, I'm more there. That's just the best I can put it.
You said when you're off the pills, you're more alive, and when you're on the pills, you're more there.
Yeah, I'm more there. Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me. So when you're on the pills, you're more present.
Like there's a difference in who I am. That's
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. That's just a tangent I was gonna go on. I'm gonna make some content on it because I noticed like a difference in how I engage with people since I started taking Vyvanse. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. You don't try to reignite the spark. Like really, what all I do, people think I'm doing something magical. I just show up. Whether I am talking to somebody for the first time, whether I am entering a venue, whether I am on this live, all I do is I show up and I project my personality. That's it. I'm just projecting my personality, and whoever responds positively to it, if there's mutual interest, I engage. That's it. There's nothing fancy or special, but I'm not trying to make you like me. Remember, you don't want to be performative. So if you catch yourself being bored and then you come back, just start expressing yourself again. But you're not expressing yourself from the perspective of like, I'm trying to generate a response from you. So like, I'm trying to make you laugh. The place where that comes from is a weaker place.
So just make it come from an authentic place.
Yeah, just whatever you authentically are thinking of at that moment. If you pop in with a question, be like, ask a question. She may be like, whoa, where'd that come from? I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm random. I'm very random. But yes, and you just ask her the question again, right? So it's like, that's how you want to go about it. The problem is in the trying, because what are you trying for, right?
Yeah.
Like,
you're asking me?
say it again.
You're asking me?
Well, yeah, I was rhetorical, but yeah, what are you trying for?
I just feel like it could be better in a sense. Like the moment could be better, but
Yeah, and it's like, don't judge the moment, right? I mean, it's true, it probably could be better, but so what? Just you got to get to a place where you're like, you really believe and internalize this idea that your presence is enough. So having to try isn't even something you think about. It takes time to get to that point. I used to be where you were, where I was trying to generate some sort of response or elicit some response from the person I was dealing with or talking to, even platonically, right? Because I needed external validation. So like, I was the funny guy, I was the class clown, right? I would think of a joke and then say it. Now I don't even think it that way. It's just me being here is enough. If you don't like it, that's fine. I will find someone who does like it. And just coming from that energetic place just makes you more attractive. Because that's what it means to be detached from the outcome, right? But
that's
you have a different assumption, right? Your assumption is like, I gotta work for this. I gotta try. I gotta work for this. I have to earn your approval. No, you don't. So you just rid yourself of that assumption, and then you naturally will show up in a more attractive way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that clarified a lot.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
But you on dates now, huh? So I mean, some shots been going in apparently.
Not really. It was like a practice date with a friend.
Come on.
And I just got bored of her, and that was it.
Come on. So are you still approaching?
It's been a rough, man. It's been a rough season. It's been a rough season, man.
You might got to shift strategies, bro.
No, I can approach. It's just no, not right now.
Okay.
It's not in the environment that I'm in. I'm so serious.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. You might got to shift strategies, man. I was gonna do more approaches like this year, just to keep, not because I don't even want to, right? Like it's a waste of time for me, but it's like just to help clients out a bit more. It's good to just get those reps in, you know. But it is what it is. But like, if approaching isn't working for you and you're in an environment where it's just not going to be feasible, you might want to change that up and find something that's more of a downhill battle instead of an uphill battle.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That's it. All right, brother. Someone said, why is it a waste of time? Because it's easier ways for me to date. I'll put it that way. I don't really need to approach strangers. But if I'm going to be a dating coach, and I have to keep the skill sharp, you know? Until a relationship happens. Then I can retire. Knuckles, what's going on? Knuckles, are you there? Because you're muted, if so. Come on, Knuckles. Come on, Knuckles. All right, let's bring somebody else up. Remember, y'all, we're going to 2:30. Going to 2. Okay, you're good, Knuckles. No worries. Whoops, my bad, Eva. I mean, not Eva, but CC. I didn't mean to invite you. My apologies. So everybody who was in the queue has deleted. So if y'all have a question, either drop it in the chat or hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person, and I'll bring you up. But before we get a caller, I'll just answer questions from the chat. Oh, Eva's up. All right. Eva's back. Yeah, I think it's a glitch with TikTok, Hannah. I don't know what's going on because even like the amount of people in the room like keeps varying widely to where it's not natural. Like we had like 700 and it jumped to like 100, and the jumps are too extreme. What's up, Eva?
Yeah, it's definitely glitching.
Hello.
Because it was like 700 and then now it's 200 within like not even a minute. It doesn't make sense. No, since there's nobody in the queue, I figured I'll give you an update from my friend.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember.
The one that called in that night? Yeah.
Mr. O'Neill reminded me, asking why I have it. So I figure I might just, gifty, since we're just hanging out bored. So the agreement was she was going to leave him at New Year. And initially she had agreed. And then she was still kind of like in and out. So let me tell you what happened, right? I don't know if you remember how, like, he had a baby while she was away on mission or whatever, and then didn't tell her until, like, the next day after they had hooked up. So this time she went over there, the regular sneaky link or whatever, and he had the audacity to come in the room, right, with his child while she was like, I was butt-ass naked in the bed under the sheets. And he came in with the child and his cousin. And they were having a whole conversation while she was like, I was hiding under the sheets because what the hell is happening to me right now? And the niece came into the room to change like the baby. So the baby is crying and she's like, I'm trying to sleep. I'm not really talking to these people like that. Like, why are you guys all in the bedroom just acting like I'm not here?
Yeah.
And then she was like, the cousin was trying to have a conversation with her under the sheet, like, hey, good morning, how are you? She's like, yo, where's the house trading? Like, what is happening to me? So when they left, she decided to have the conversation, right, with him, pretty much asking him, like, what do you see with our connection? Like, what do you like about me? Things like that. And you know what this man told her?
What?
Because he's a truck driver. Like, he owns his own truck. And this man said, you are the first woman to have cleaned my truck. That was it. That was the one thing.
You're the first woman who cleaned my truck?
Yes.
So she was outside washing his truck?
No, like the inside of it.
Oh, okay.
Because they have like a little bed compartment or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, you're like the only person, like the first person to have ever done that. She said she was so shocked that whatever fantasizing she had going on in her mind just like completely just dissipated.
Yeah.
Because she was like, what the hell? That was it? And then she asked him, so what about the mother of your child? Mind you, she just found out that she was the side chick. So the baby was from a girl he was with for 6 years. On and off, right? And then she came into the picture. And he said that the only thing he liked about his baby moms was because she was really good with logistics. Like getting the paperwork together for like his truck routes. I'm like, yo.
There's so much built into that because he also like doesn't know that's a bad answer, right?
Exactly.
Like there's levels
to it. I was telling Mr. O'Neill, I'm like, the man has no house training and he's so oblivious on how awful it all sounds. I'm like, are you kidding me? A whole 6 years with a woman. And the only reason when you've kept her around was because she does your paperwork. And now you don't put a baby in her and you're still not trying to commit to her. So yeah, that's what happened. She was like, let me add a little sprinkle, just for the fun of it, because there's still nobody in the queue. So when that happened, she remember how she has quote unquote a husband, right? For the reasons that we had discussed.
Mm-hmm.
So when all of this happened, her phone, like she had blocked me. Like I don't know, something happened, and that's why I'm like, this was just God intervention at this point, because she had blocked a couple of people in like her favorite. You know how with iPhone you can have your favorite, contacts or whatever. So she had blocked a few people and didn't know. Since she slept over, her sister started looking for her, couldn't get in touch with her, and started like, she called me asking like, hey, like, do you know what X, Y, and Z is it? And I'm like, no, I don't know. Because usually it's like you can see it, we all see each other's locations.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody could see her location. So people started getting worried. So her husband on paper got contacted asking if she was over there, and she wasn't. So now that became a whole issue. Like,
Wow.
why did you just be fat? It was just nonsense. Like, the whole thing was so crazy. And she was like, yeah, I think this was God telling me to leave this man because I had no business being with him to begin
Oh,
with.
she needed God to tell her, right?
No, that was God intervention because it was a lot. Between like everything happened within 24 hours. So the conversation and realizing that he was full of shit and people looking for her. Now, like, her husband on paper is pissed because it's like, oh, so you're still dealing with him? So that became a whole issue. Till this day, he's not trying to really, still communicate and be friends. Because technically, they were just friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're married on paper. So even the friendship, that's ruined.
Mm-hmm.
So she just decided that she's done. No, she's not desperate. She wasn't trying to have anything. She's trying to have a good time. And I was trying to tell her, this is not the person to have a good time with at all. Like, find somebody with better, you know what I mean? Like,
I also told her
qualities
that.
on paper.
So based on I think we had that conversation, 2 months ago with her? So how long did she continue to deal with him after?
We had it, like, I think it was like the last week of December, right? Because I was like, okay, I'm going to wait until... Yeah, this is the story of a friend. Isaac, I promise you. It's not me. She was here. It's from a friend. But we had the conversation with you a week before New Year's, if I'm not mistaken.
It was sooner than that.
She dealt with it for like maybe 2 weeks into January.
Uh-huh.
But she was starting to like wean off, right? She started breaking contact little by little. It just so happened that the one time she had decided to sleep over, that's when like chaos erupted from like different directions. And she was like, yeah, this is confirmation that I should leave this. So now he keeps blowing her phone up. But she was just kind of like, yeah, I don't like your answer. I'm no longer interested. So I'm going to just leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So now he's trying to like want to have something serious with her. He keeps like texting her, calling her. And she's like, he's good with stocks, right? So he made her money. So she's like, I didn't really lose anything because every relationship that I have, I'm being transactional with my relationship. That's how she is. So she's like, he's made me a lot of money. He's very smart financially. So I still want to have a friendship with him, but now he's pushing a relationship real bad. Like real bad. But yeah, she has been freed of the shackles of the nonsense.
Good.
So now she's focusing on her.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to let y'all know, because Miss O'Neill asked for an update, but she's good now, so that situation is over with. But that's what it took.
Good. I mean, it always takes getting burnt a little bit, right? You hope people like can just get some sound advice and then apply it, but some people got to touch the stove and know that it's hot.
No, for sure. I'm glad it happened. No cap. I was tired of it. Now, like, just the sound of his name irates me, to be honest. It's just So I'm glad that she got to see what it is that I was seeing this entire time. because he was yuck. 1000%
So
yuck.
is she still out looking? Is she still trying to date?
She's look. So the reason why she was with him, right? Because she's not trying to date. She's definitely an avoidant. She's all about her money, and she's like, I'm in a place of my life where I just want companionship, to deal with some needs, but I don't really want a committed relationship with anybody. I don't have the bandwidth for it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, like, she was okay with the situation. But I was trying to tell her that if you're looking for a friend with benefit, find somebody with better morals at the minimum. And he just didn't have that.
Yeah.
Okay? It was
Yeah.
like the bottom of the barrel. Just thinking about it makes me want to throw up. So I'm like, just find something better. But I think now she's at a place where she's just okay with being by herself, because she doesn't want to go through the trouble of having to find that person,
It shouldn't be hard to find. She just chose a really bad one for her first go.
Yeah, no, really bad.
Really, I mean, most people out here want those type of like looser situationship dynamics. Yeah, that's most of the single people. Most of the single market. It's casual.
Yep.
So it won't be hard to find. I think this situation just burnt her so much to a high enough degree that she's like, I'm cool on any kind of connection for a little while.
He was. I don't know what she said. He was so dusty. See, he was so dusty. The reason why she cleaned his truck was because he was so dusty. She was like, I was starting to get pimples. This, and that was not about to be the vibe. Like, I didn't grow up like this. That's why I clean. And that's the only thing he likes about me? Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. So
Craziness.
that was a night opener.
Yeah.
Okay. But, no, he was not fine. He was ugly. According to me, he was an
Oh, he wasn't attractive either? So what was the appeal? Just the financial aspect? Like him being able to put her on game?
I'm gonna just say she got a type. She's beautiful,
Okay.
but she likes the ugly ducklings. According, to my standard, they're ugly ducklings. But she has a type. Tall, dark, and handsome. No, I take back the handsome part. Just tall and dark with a beard.
See?
That's the type.
And for the guys in the chat, you hear that? It's for everyone who wants to be like a looks master nowadays, thinking that's going to get it done. It's like you're somebody's type. I don't care who you are. You're somebody's type. Just got to find them.
Yeah, that was something. But I thought of a question earlier when you were talking about spark and safety, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would it be wrong to, or would you say, is there maybe a balance to where some people would prefer safety more than spark, or vice versa? Or what would be, I don't know if I'm asking my question right, but I feel like, is the goal to have 50-50, or to have a percentage of one and a percentage of the other? Does that make sense?
The way that I framed it in my mind is I rebranded it to the 3 S's of attraction, and the third dimension that I added to it is situational awareness.
Okay.
So you know when to give one and when to give the other. So no, you don't have it in equal doses. It's just you can weave between. You have the psychological flexibility to weave between both, based on what the moment requires.
I see. Okay, so have both, the ability for both, and then adjust based off of your situation.
Yeah. So like if you are in a situation that requires emotional attunement, you get into that bag, right? If you're in a situation that requires more playful energy, you get into that bag.
I see.
You just
okay.
have the
And that
ability.
goes for both male and women.
Mm-hmm.
Men and women. Okay.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, there's different things associated with it. Like for women, for safety, for example, being able to emotionally regulate themselves, big on safety. Big. Because the lack of their ability to emotionally regulate is what pushes a lot of guys away and make them difficult to deal with, right? So, yeah, it's just a lot of people, both men and women, don't know how to offer both. They over-index on one side or another. There's something called the Madonna whore dichotomy. You ever heard of that?
Nah.
It's essentially spark and safety, but it's like women kind of fall into one archetype or the other, where it's like the whore, right? There's better ways of saying that, but that's legitimately what it's called. So like the whore side is like a woman who's more in touch with like her sexuality. She's more sexually open. You even heard men make this distinction between women who are like sexy and women who are beautiful. They're kind of intuitively talking about the Madonna whore dichotomy, right? And then there's some women who are like both a little bit. So you look at like Rihanna, right? Rihanna strikes me as like both, where like she before was more like the 304 side, right? The whore side of that dichotomy, where it's like she's very sexually open. You muted yourself? Okay. She's more like sexualized. She's more lusty, right? She stimulates men's sexual desire. But then as she's gotten older and become a mother, she's kept that sexuality component, but now you're seeing like more of a softness, more of a nurturing type of energy. But a lot of women kind of fall on one side or the other spectrum. You either get women who are just like, it's either like sexy red or what's a good Madonna depiction for a celebrity? I'm trying to think. Or like an Elizabeth Olsen. You know, I'm just thinking about Marvel right now. So someone who seems like they would be very safe, maybe motherly. He said Whoopi Goldberg. That's crazy. Someone who seem more safe, someone who like you bring home, like when you say I could bring her home to my mother, right? You're talking about the Madonna. Safe. But guys will marry Madonna and then sleep with the whore, right? So they'll get married to the Madonna, but the Madonna does not bring out that lusty, like desire, animalistic side of them. So then they cheat with the woman who occupies the other side of the equation. That's why I say the goal psychologically is integration. Sanaa Lathan is a good example. Sanaa Lathan is a real good example. Yeah. I never talked about this before. But I guess some of the women in the chat may resonate with it. May give you a distinction. And you can kind of figure out like, you know, what side of the equation. I mean, Hannah, you said how you can figure out what side you're on. Yeah, I mean, sometimes the guys you attract can kind of give you indication of what side you're on, right? Like if you keep attracting men who are lusting after you, then you are obviously putting out more whore-like energy, right? If you're getting guys who maybe want to commit, then you're probably like, I know women like that, right? I know women who every man they date want to commit to them, right? So some women have that experience, other ones don't. And it's like, well, why is that? It depends on the woman. Integration is key. Being able to the more you integrate, the higher quality of an experience you'll have. Yeah. So the goal is integration. Some women are sexually closed off. They have a lot of shame around their sexuality. That could come from religion, right? Because although religion tells you to be reserved and not to sin, if we take like a Christian frame, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your sexuality. It just means that your sexuality is supposed to be expressed in this context, right? To Prevo's point, right? Prevo, I don't know what you are. You're very mysterious, so I don't know. I would have to like look at your you have to start posting on TikTok a bit more.
So let me ask you something then. Like, how would that behavior show up for a man towards a woman? Because like we've heard like stories of guys coming in, right, and like falls with his woman, and they're no longer in a relationship, but they're still in a relationship because he cheated and it was something is missing. So what is a scenario for like a woman experiencing that from a man where you're laying more on like a lust side of the spectrum versus on the woman that should be married type of spectrum, if that's even the right context? Like, how would a male behave towards one versus the other?
Okay. Prevo, let me know what your real account is, because there's research I want to do. Back to your question. So you're saying that what experience will you see on the male side of things if he sees you in a particular way?
Like in a relationship, obviously, like, you know, if they want to be committed, right? Like that's one. But like while you're in a relationship with a guy, like what is something that would be a telltale sign that spark is missing, or the safety or the
I would say if you're in a relationship, it's probably you probably have enough spark in order to be committed. Here's the problem: some women will like tap into one side temporarily, but it's like in an attempt to get the man, right? And then once commitment has been secured, then they taper off into like how they naturally are. That happens a lot. Men say that all the time. Like, oh, she was very sexually adventurous at the beginning. Yeah, she was trying to lock you down. Like, that's the woman's version of game. My coach used to talk about that a lot. Like, when people talk about game, they talk about it from like the male perspective. They don't understand that women also have their version of it, right? So women a lot of times will become very sexually adventurous when they're just dating you, and they have no intention of keeping that up because that's not really an actual representation of how they really are. They're just doing it because they know you like it. And then once they get you, they're like, okay, well now I prefer missionary, right? So, so you probably have some degree of spark. I will say the main thing that's preventing women to tap into the whore side, if they're more naturally Madonna, is shame. So they're preventing themselves from accessing that. Maybe the man is playing a part in that shame, right? So maybe she gets the vibe that he's going to judge her from like her sexual past. Okay, shame has been activated, so now I'm just not going to tap into that side of me while being with you. You know? But sometimes she just came with the shame preloaded. So she judges it. And you know women like that because they judge other women for being sexually open, right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
So they're like
sure.
projecting.
I know exactly what you're referring to.
Yeah, so they're projecting that shame onto like the women who are being more sexually open. Not saying that you should be sexually open. I'm just describing how the mechanics work. So, yeah, they'll project like you shouldn't be doing this, blah blah blah. But like they're really showing that they're kind of like repressed. You know.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I was just I heard your conversation with Henry yesterday, and I was like, like that's a good perspective, but I don't think I've heard any woman come here with potentially them missing one versus the other. You know what I mean? Like it's always been like the male perspective of needing spark versus safety, but I don't think I've heard any ladies coming with that problem. It's been other crazy problems, just not like.
Well, that's because they probably don't know it's a problem. But it's also a situation where it's just how the dynamics work. It's less of a problem on the woman's end because y'all have vaginas. So you inherently have something that is valuable to men, right? Whereas on the woman's end, it's like the man has to kind of display his worth. Y'all have worth built in from like an attraction perspective, right? So you come to the table with something valuable. Whereas men, we have to do, like you watch National Geographic, men they got to break dance. She's like birds doing the mating ritual. They got to break dance and shit. Like, you know what I mean? So men got to kind of do that, right? So like, because men have to kind of win you over in that way, the gap in spark and safety will be more easily observed. So it's just how the dynamics play out.
That makes sense. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. That was a good conversation. Learned something new.
Absolutely. We'll unpack more tonight because that's a good conversation. I think will be helpful. But appreciate the question, Eva.
Y'all be safe and stay warm.
You do the same, love. All right, people, that's a wrap. If you're new here, make sure to follow. Been watching a few weeks. Love all your advice. Can you give a little background on yourself? Sure, I can do that tonight. I got to get out of here now, though. If you're new here, make sure to follow. We're live every day at 12 p.m. Eastern Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So if I didn't get to your question this afternoon, I will get to it tonight. Hopefully TikTok is not being weird tonight. Zion, your main is blocked? I'll unblock it. Don't worry about it. I'll find them. Don't worry about Express. I'll find them. Guys, if you need help with dating, relationships, all that kind of good stuff, a link in bio for coaching. It'll help you. But it is a low 4-figure investment. So if you do not have a low 4 figures to invest in coaching, the next best option is the course. The course also includes a bit of coaching by way of a Telegram group. So link in bio for that. Nothing but positive reviews on the course. The price will continue to go up, so get it while it's still cheap. Appreciate the mods, appreciate the chat. I will see you all tonight. Y'all take care.